In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the 6th stitch in the Stitch Library kit. This is the long and short. So let's get right into it. I find that it's best to mark the lines on the long and short. It's basically a series of, it's also called a brick stitch. You do one long, then one short, one long, then one short. And the ones right next to that, filling it in, will be alternating. So it will create a brick pattern. So what I like to do is create lines for my stitches that I'm going to make longer. I try to do them kind of evenly across. So I'm going to start just right in the middle here at the bottom. I'm going to do just one stitch up to that first line. Then right next to it, I'm going to do a stitch to that second line. I'm going to go all the way to the second line. This isn't a perfectly symmetrical shape. It's like a little whimsical flower. So you'll have to kind of try to find the right center for the direction that you want to go. I'm going to hop over to that other side of the little stitch we made. I'm going to make another long stitch. Right next to that, I'm going to do a short stitch. And then a long stitch. I like to kind of hop back and make sure that it's getting filled in the same way over here. So you're going to have to adjust your stitches just a bit as you curve around the edges of the flower, because you may not be able to do that same long stitch because you come up to a curve. So you'll kind of have to adjust as you go. So now I've got a really good foundation of the long stitches here. I'll finish this one. So I'm going to make sure that's all filled in down here. The entire first line that we did, and then in the entire second line that we did of the long stitches. So make sure that's all the way filled in. And then you're going to hop from the middle up to about right here in the middle of the other line of that last line. Okay. So now you've got one short here and then one long on top of it. And we're going to go ahead and go through, we should probably make another line here. That might be helpful. Okay, so you're going to go through and find those short stitches that you made at the bottom and make a long stitch right on top of them. I find this stitch a bit confusing to explain, so please feel free to ask me any questions. You're basically always going to just be alternating and filling it in like a brick. And when I get to my last row on the top, I'm actually going to change my thread color because I think it gives it a pretty cool effect, which you don't have to, of course. I didn't draw enough lines to begin with, so we're going to need one last point to reach up to. Right, so I've switched my thread and I'm just going to come back in and keep filling in just as I was before. And I know this looks very similar, but I promise you it is a different color. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I am going to add a link for my Square store if you're interested in purchasing the kit. I'm also going to put a link to the next stitch. This will be stitch 7 in the kit, which is the stem stitch, which is the one along here.